Yay, yay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Raider Nation is in the house. That's what's up. What a wonderful game over the weekend. How can we all not be ecstatic over that win? I mean, I just can't tell you. It was the roller coaster, the waves. Oh man, it was an amazing time. The stadium was super electric. First time for the fans as far as a real game that counts. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, man. The stadium is, I mean, I still have many places to get to. Didn't get to tour the whole entire complete thing like I wanted to, but I got most of it. I did put a video up today. I am going to be trying to do this probably twice a week, once before the game, once after the game. Be a better format. This has been my first time. And of course, absolutely nobody I'm expecting to be here. So hopefully it stays that way and I can continue to rock and do what I need to do to figure out how to get all this stuff working properly. Yeah, so just to give a little quick chat on the game as far as the stadium. I mean, club seats, I'm just going to let you know right now. Once you go to club seats, you're never going back. You get your food ordered, you get drinks ordered, you know, you're kind of separated from the rest of the stadium, if you will. You got bathrooms, all kinds of drink areas, couches, lounges. I don't know how I'm gonna go to a game without having club seats, but I'm pretty sure at some point this season I'll go to a game without club seats. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But really, even without club seats, as far as the view, I mean, the view was outstanding from a bunch of areas. 200 section area, 300 section area. I mean, there really kind of wasn't a bad seat in the house, if you will, walking around, checking everybody out and seeing how those views looked. So it was pretty cool. Again, electric. I mean, the fans were loud. I will admit there were a lot of grumpy Oakland fans, right? But towards the end, I think the stadium, Vegas, everything kind of won them over. Initially it was a lot of, you know, this place ain't like it used to be. All those good things coming from the black hole in Oakland. People, felt the fact that it wasn't there. But again, great game. End of the game. I think Vegas and the Raiders have won the Oakland fans over all over again. And it's gonna be tough for people to come to Vegas and win a game, man. I'm telling you right now, that stadium was insane. I will never forget this game. This may have been the best game I've been to in my entire life. And you're talking to someone that played football all the way through high school and college, uh, been to a lot of big games in a bunch of different areas of the country, California, Montana. Yeah, I mean, this game, it was just absolutely insane. So yeah, stadium nice. Definitely recommend club seats. One other little quick thing I'll discuss too, because this was my second time going to the stadium. The first time I went to the Seattle game when we had preseason, and unfortunately for me, I left my phone in an Uber. So um, luckily, I have the mouthpiece that I have to talk my way into two levels of security to finally get myself to guest services and find a iPad or whatever it was for them to pull up my ticket on StubHub and walk me over to the club seats and allow me to get in. That first time I didn't do anything because I didn't have a phone. I didn't have any way to communicate. So I actually just took it all in from within the club seats section because I couldn't get out without staying out. So, but yeah, it was pretty amazing. I mean, losing my phone, well, leaving my phone in the Uber was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because I really got to soak in the game, the stadium, the effects, pretty much everything. Because observing had to be my entertainment. I didn't have a phone to distract me in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, and I appreciated that. It was really, really good. So, but yeah, you are going to want to do every and anything you can when it comes to your tickets, as well as, if I believe Clear what may allow you to take screenshots as well. But you definitely want to make sure your ticket is not still in whatever app that you've purchased it from, if you will, that forces you to be online, because a ton of people have had nothing but problems when it comes to trying to get that ticket pulled up to go into either the stadium itself or even when you get in and now you're in the club seats. My buddy and I went to this game, and unfortunately for him, he didn't download it to his Apple Pay or wallet or the stadium app that they have. So we had a lot of problems. Again, he and I both kind of have that gift of gab, if you will. Made nice with a couple of the people at the club security side of things, and they let us in. They let us in. I showed him that he had the ticket, and it worked out. But for you guys that are new that are going, trust me, it makes sense to download all of that stuff to your phone before you get to the stadium. Make sure it's there. Make sure you have access to it. You do not want to be stuck in line and having to go back and move to the side so other people can get in. So yeah, just make sure you remember that stuff. Of course, you got to have your vaccine, the cards, and so forth. So unless you, excuse me, are underage and a child, so yeah, make sure you do all those things before you head to the stadium. All right, so this is not going to be a long one. This is going to be a very short one today, maybe 10, 15 minutes. But what I do want to get into is the game now. I'm going to be honest. I was disappointed with Carr, and it's really strange to me that there are a lot of people that, you know, don't see what a lot of people see and have been seeing. I'm a fan no matter what. I'm going to support Carr no matter what. But I got to be honest, I was super disappointed. I was sitting in section C132, row four, seats one and two. And there were a couple of passes, but one very specific to Brian Edwards that was directly headed towards us. He was completely wide open. I mean, completely wide open. And Carr checked it down. He checked down a lot of passes in the game in the first half. I mean, bottom line, I don't think anyone will argue that he was atrocious the first half. Right? Maybe it's the first game jitters. I mean, there could be a lot of things. Again, I'm supporting Carr as long as these guys are going to keep him behind the center. He's gotten us to a couple of good places. If he can get back to that 2016 status where, pre-injury, if he ever gets anywhere remotely close back to that, I don't see how we lose, let alone, win. I just don't see how we lose if he plays like that. I mean, we have a lot of weapons. Speaking of those weapons, Waller, amazing, right? Speaks for himself. That was crazy to see in person. I'd never seen Waller, obviously, in person up front. Another one, honestly, is Brian Edwards again. These guys are massive. I mean, to be a tight end and a wide receiver at that size and have that ability, absolutely insane. Just blown away. Absolutely blown away. A side note, Lamar Jackson, you want to talk about being blown away. Whoo! Wow. That's that was probably the most athletic person I've ever seen play the game of football. He got out of so much. I don't even know how to explain Lamar Jackson. That in itself was a treat, to be able to watch him as well. But back to the Raiders. So, I was really disappointed with my man getting hurt. He's on my fantasy. Waller's on my fantasy team as well, but one of my fantasy teams. But yeah, it was tough seeing my man already first game, Jacobs, with a toe injury. That thing's not gonna heal. I mean, well, I shouldn't say that, right? I just know that's gonna be a problem. And it was very obvious within the game. But even with that being said, uh, I mean, an amazing running back. I was a running back myself through college. I got a scholarship to play football at Montana State University, and I like to still think I have that vision, right? I have those things, and it's pretty funny. If I can find a way to break down a couple of these plays and not get uh, thrown off YouTube, maybe I'll go about doing that. Actually, a couple of people in the stands thought it would be great to have some new blood, if you will, in the game. Do a little bit of analysis on some plays, but the one I'll talk about is Jacob's longest touchdown run. I saw that play before the ball was snapped. You can see where the hole is going to be. You can see where the gaps are, where the linemen are going to block. I mean, it was just something that I immediately saw, and immediately when that ball was snapped, and I saw that step, I shoved my buddy. He's like, "What are you doing?" And next thing you know, I'm yelling, "He's gone! He's gone! He's gone!" I knew he was gonna. I knew he was gone. And he's like, "Man, you sure did." Like there were two plays like that, where it's kind of easy to see, at least for me, anyways. Which was real pleasing. Jacobs, he's a monster. Um, he's not healthy. That's scary. I'm hoping that he gets healthy towards the middle of the season and becomes the workhorse at the end where we're going to need him, because clearly, if you're a Raider fan, we tend to completely fall flat when it comes to the second half of the season. So yeah, I you know hopefully he's there. Drake, he's not someone that's carrying the load, right? We use him too much. That's going to be a problem. But obviously, he did great out of the backfield, catching the rock, making some plays. I would have liked to see more out of him, specifically knowing that our guy's hurt. But hey, it happens. But he did good. His debut, right, with the team. Um, yeah, I was really pleased. I don't understand what was going on the whole first half, just period. Ruggs didn't get involved at all. I didn't see one go route. Maybe there was one I missed, but I didn't see anybody stretch the field in the first half other than Waller and Edwards. And when they did stretch the field properly, they weren't hit. Yeah, it was a strange deal. It was strange all the way around for me when it comes to that first half. But obviously second half picked it up, got things together. But yeah, Drake, uh Jacobs, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna look. I think it can work great. But with Jacobs being hurt, we're gonna need somebody that can also pound that ball. This is where, I'm thinking, hey, Rashard, he's actually, and that's Rashard is a great back. And the reason why Rashard is a great back, because in my opinion, he is a every down back. His only problem is kind of the same situation as Drake, right? These guys aren't big, these guys aren't massive, and they're injury prone. Um, Hence why he's out. So, if we had Rashard right now, I wouldn't be that worried, but he's not there. So I don't know if we're going to bring Ragas up from the practice field. I mean, that's going to be the only person that can even somewhat come close to resembling Jacob's running style and being able to get those tough yards. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with that, and we'll have to see. I mean, clearly we scored over 30. It wasn't pretty, particularly the first half. The emotional roller coaster at the end of the game, that was almost too much for all of us. But hey, it worked out. We got the W. Quickly on the defensive side, let's talk a little bit on the defensive side. The kid we got from Seattle, One play stuck out. He looked really lethargic. KJ, he didn't look like he's all there just yet. Um, Kind of one of those things where you go, maybe that's why they didn't keep him, right? But I'm not gonna be that way, right? You got to get a guy a chance, let him settle in. But it was just something that was eye opening for me. Clearly, we lost McCoy. That's going to be a problem. There's some things we got to pick up on the defensive side. Um, Nobody really got completely obliterated. I mean, corners looked all right, safeties looked all right. I mean, you're playing Lamar Jackson, man. That's the actual, Max Crosby. That's so Max Crosby is my guy. If I'm giving somebody the game ball, I'm giving it to him. That I think he had a great game. The motor was going nonstop the whole entire time. Um, yeah, amazing to see. He's a Raider for life. Hobbs, I think he did a good job. Another rookie I'm really, really high up on. I love the team, man. I think we got a great team. We got a great team. This is gonna be a special year. So as far as myself, I plan on being at pretty much every game. The only games I don't think I'll make is I'm probably not going to make the Pittsburgh game next week. That's going to be almost impossible for me to get to. The Giants game in New York, I'm not going to get to. It's probably going to be cold. I don't want to deal with that. You got the Cleveland Browns game. They don't even know when and where that's going to be. Same kind of deal. And then you got that Kansas City game in Kansas City. I don't think I want to go there either. I've been so. Those are 4 games that I'll probably sit out and I'll need a rest, anyways, because I'm definitely going to every other game. I live in a little town outside of Austin called Pflugerville, and I have 3 kids and a wife. So being away all this time, for all the games that I actually am going to go to is more than enough. So yeah, those are the 4 games that I'm going to miss, but I will be around with my handy GoPro. I did create a video for the first time. I know it's atrocious. I know it's not the best, but you got to start somewhere. I think you will see the progression as well as you'll see the progression on the live show as well. There will be a format, right? I'll have some things that will fit the vibe and make things fun and entertaining. We'll eventually start getting some people up to discuss things and people that may have gone to the game. Like I say, I'll be going out to all the games. I'll be videoing everyone and everybody. I'll be creating videos and posting them up for all the Raider Nation to see and do all kinds of cool things, prizes. For example, I got a ton of game day books that I brought back. Once the channel gets going pretty smooth and we get a few people on, we'll start doing some surprises, maybe allowing people to win some things that come from the stadium. Because I plan on purchasing things and so forth, and maybe I'll even do that for some fans if you send me something, let me know. Maybe I can pick something up if it's not too much, if it's not too big as far as traveling and so forth. But yeah, I expect this to be very interactive, very fun. This is not a job for me. I absolutely love the Raiders, just like everyone else in Raider Nation. So I'm very excited, and I'm also interested to see where this goes. I had a lot of people that wanted to be on camera, which was pretty cool, and I can't wait to get all that content out there, right? But of course, you're gonna have to, give me some time here. This first season is gonna be rough. I'm in this thing for the long haul, so yeah, the first season is gonna be rough. Bear with me. I am welcome to any tips, whatever it is that anybody has to come my way. Um, I'm sure I will run into all kinds of crazy things when it comes to technical difficulties and just in general when it comes to technology. So yeah, hopefully I get a whole lot more than nobody which is what I have today. But it's all good, man. You got to start from somewhere. Yeah. So it's 20 minutes. I'm on my way out of here for the day, for the night actually. And yeah, I appreciate all those Raider Nation fans. Uh, Pitt is going to be a big game. I'm going to do a little bit more. I'll probably be spinning up another live on Saturday, just to discuss the game, things like that. Even a little bit of fantasy as well for people that have fantasy teams. So I am 1-0 in two leagues and 0-1 in the other. But I should be 1-0 in all three. But I have to talk to my nephew about that one. All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good night. Raider Nation is out.